Welcome to Willa and Mommy's Arcade!
Welcome to the arcade! Let's play!
Yes! Our first game that we made, we decided to make a soccer game. And so we have a little yogurt container. Willa made a nice little scribbly background. And we have some
Players?
No, what are they made out of? Pipe cleaners.
Oh, pipe
cleaner players. We have some ping pong balls. Okay, so our next game is a very simple spin-off of Knock the Milk Carton Down, but it's with yogurt containers. Willa, you want to give it a shot?
Yeah.
Our next game is a basketball game. It is made out of a Lysol wipes box, another yogurt cup, and toilet paper roll and a spoon. We kind of had to leverage the toilet paper roll with a little bit of pipe cleaner to kind of work like an axle, so that the spoon wouldn't tip over when you try and score. Based off of Bunko. You have, it's an egg carton, and each of them are painted in different colors, and the colors correspond to different point values. 1 point for blue, 2 for red, 3 for yellow, or if you get this tricky little corner, you can get 100 points for green. Like skee ball. You have different point values based on which color you can score on. The inside put a little extra piece of cardboard to be like a ball return, and we have a slot at the bottom so that it sends it back after you score. And the name of this game is called Hot and Spicy because my niece and nephew made an awesome sign that says warning, hot and spicy. So we can give it a try. It's our biggest game. I had to use a big old chewy box, some cream cheese containers, and some peanut butter lids. Our next game is a claw machine, which we saw from Kane's Arcade. He made one, so of course we had to make one. We have some little prizes in the bottom. And our hook is a little masher and rope. Like all claw machines, this is pretty much just for show. Okay, so our last game is called Whack, which is basically just mini golf. And there are 2 yogurt containers. One's worth 20 points, one's worth 10. Depending on how far back you start, is how many points you get. So building this arcade was no easy task. It took a lot of time, a lot of thought, a lot of energy. It took some planning and some ingenuity. It took a lot of risk. It took a lot of trial and error, especially with some of the more complicated games. It was a major mess. My house was completely destroyed. But it was also a lot of fun. There are so many ways you could integrate an arcade type game into your classroom. You could have the students build it themselves. That process in and of itself is so enriching, so good for their development to get to play with the materials, to get to try and fail and try again. It's so good for their perseverance. It's great for cooperation. They work together to first build the games and then also later to play the games. You could extend on your arcade. You could have tickets, which is a great math extension. You could have prizes. They could even make their own prizes, which would be another STEM integration. You could have them name the games or write rules or directions, which is a great literacy extension. Plus, it helps them collaborate with one another, whether they are planning or designing or building the game or even just playing the game. They are learning those collaboration skills that are going to follow them for the rest of their lives. Plus, on top of all of that, there's this great socio-emotional development that's happening. They're learning how to take turns, and they're learning how to win and lose in appropriate ways. They are strengthening their bonds of friendship and learning how to persevere in the midst of struggle. Some of these games are hard. I wish that I was in person with you and I could invite you to come play my arcade games, but I can leave you with the challenge of taking this idea and using it in your own classroom. In the meantime, I'm gonna go play.